What is up, world? You are in tune to the Know-It-Alls, of course, with the main characters on this show, man. Of course, I can't start without acknowledging Big G. Big G, what's popping, man? You got a sign for us already?
No, no sign already, man. But I got some issues with the NFL, man. So I'm gonna start airing my grievances this week because this I wish this wasn't such a fan or family friendly show because I'd say some foul choice stuff today about the NFL. But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get
Mm.
into it for sure.
Tape Factor, man, what's popping, man? It's good to have you with us today, man. How you doing?
What's the take factor?
It means you the main factor.
That was quick thinking because that's some made up stuff right there. But not too much. Man. I'm good, man. Rocking these
Hey, I
dead
see
boys.
he's supporting his guys right here. He's supporting his guys. Man,
Hey,
look.
hey, wait, hey, Mod. Even before we go, I gotta say one thing though, man. I gotta say one thing to one person. He might not even be listening right now. Payday. The Chicago Cubs are trash. I gotta say it and get it out of
Hey,
my.
what? Hey,
They still trash. Go ahead,
Look,
man. Go ahead.
so, man, we want to thank you guys for rocking with us. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely get all of those notifications saying that we are here. Man, we are finna go ahead and get this show started. We'll be right back right after this.
No time, no waste. It's getting late in the evening.
Excited to share with you guys this weekend. I had an album drop. Definitely one of the blessed things that I've got out of this whole experience is we charted, man. We charted. We ended up getting to number 9 on the Christian charts, which is crazy because it's one of the first times and the highest that I've ever charted before in my career. There you go. You guys could see that. We were number 9. That's where our debut was, and that's in America in the Christian charts. I'm gonna be real with you. It's an experience that I got to share with everybody, and I'm excited about it. And definitely won't go without mentioning. I have to admit, because you got to celebrate, and it's what the album looks like on the back. You can find it. It's called STB. Victorious and Savant. Everybody's asking me what the STB means. It's spin the block. Okay, it's spin the block. We definitely spent the block on on the album and with what we've done. But like I said, I'm super excited. We rose to number 9. Currently, we are I think at like 168, but that's because people are now streaming, and when people now streaming, they stop buying. That it is what it is. Definitely, I'm excited. Because we're going to get into it. I'm excited that we got football starting here in the next 3 to 4 days. We have a whole bunch of training camps starting. Cowboys start on the 26th, and I'm super excited about that. When do the Steelers start, you guys?
Tay Boy Fresh, you got him?
27.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Thanks, Carrie. I appreciate it. What's up now? How you doing? Timothy Lyons is here, and of course, B Dirt is here, man. Great to have all you guys here with us, man. But look, like I said, we got football starting. We want to talk Major League Baseball with the inductees, and definitely want to talk the running back news, man. But I think we should start right here, man. I think we should start with the Major League inductees. You know, definitely we got a couple of those here. Hall of Fame inductees. Tate's guy, he won an honor. I'll let Tate talk about his guy real quick. And then, of course, I'll talk about my guy. Well, actually, that's Sean's guy. Sean is a Phillies guy. So you should do the honors, G.
No, man. I mean, so this is the thing about the Hall of Fame in baseball. And I'm not tripping about it. You know, I'm just making some points, man. First of all, to get to the Hall of Fame, in my opinion, in baseball is the sort of the easier path compared to like the NFL and or the NBA. Because it's hard to get to the Baseball Hall of Fame. You got to be one of those guys. Because the NFL Hall of Fame that room is tiny. You know, I don't know if any of y'all have ever been to Canton, Ohio and seen, like, actually even looked at the bus and all whatever else. Comparatively speaking, baseball to football to basketball, it's a hard deal to get into the NFL Hall of Fame. However, you got to give credit where credit is due, man. And when you start talking about guys just making it to the Hall of Fame, baseball has changed over the years. And so for them to reach back and give precedence to a guy that hasn't played in a while and to make it into the Hall of Fame, I give it up. So anytime you get a Philadelphia Philly in the Hall of Fame, there's some chatter, at least from my side. If I would, I'd turn my hat around face forward this time to show y'all about, you know, my representation for the Philadelphia Phillies. Saying all that, I'm proud of my guy. I hope that he's going to be honored, and when they cherish and when they do it right, they do it up in the city of Philadelphia, not just for the Hall of Fame, but for him, what he's done and what he meant to baseball. So that's what's up with me and my guy.
I love it, G, man. I love it. I mean, you know, you got to have respect for your squad and respect for your team. I want to give it up for Crime Dog, man. Crime Dog has done some things. I'm gonna let I found an interesting video, and I want you guys to hear this because I was gonna read.
Hold on, man. Big G ain't even acknowledge his dude's name, man. He ain't even say his name.
Go ahead, Tate.
Go ahead and say his name, man. It's fine, man.
Big G don't know his name.
Yes, I do. I'm doing 4 things at once. I'm sharing on Facebook. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I'm stuck.
Just tell me who he is.
Go ahead, bro. I'm telling you, man.
What kind of Phillies fan is that? Scott Rowland is the name.
Of course I knew it was Scott Rowland.
Oh, now you know.
Of course I knew it was Scott Rowland. Come on, dog. I'm just telling you, I'm doing 15 things at once,
but,
man. So
I'm going to jump in. I had to pay respect to Scott Rowland because he spent his last 4 years with the Cincinnati Reds.
Correct.
But the best part of his career probably was with the Phillies.
Absolutely.
The Phillies and the Cardinals. He won the World Series with the Cardinals. But 7-time All-Star, NL Rookie of the Year in 1997, eight Gold Gloves. So, you know, and I actually think it's harder, more difficult. I think baseball is the most difficult one to get into.
I don't think so.
Only 2 men this year, Big G. Every year in the NFL, about 8 or 9 get in.
Yeah, it's only 2 people.
How many bus are in Canton, and how many bus are in Springfield?
Baseball's been around. The football, I don't know the answer to that.
And you're right. That's the biggest point. Baseball's been around longer than football, right? So you're gonna have more, but it's harder to get in MLB because you got to go through the writers. I'm about to talk about that.
Why do you think players like Pete Rose ain't in still? Barry Bonds not in.
Pete Rose ain't in because he bet on baseball. Barry Bonds ain't in because he took steroids. That's why they ain't in.
You don't know Barry Bonds took steroids, but it's up to the writers, and they make the criteria really difficult.
But Pete Rose and Barry Bonds will never get in the Hall. Never. Ever.
Thomas said there's years where 0 people get inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. Absolutely.
Right. Exactly.
Absolutely. So I get your point. I see what you're trying to say, Sean, but I think that's just because of the simple fact the sport's been around way longer than professional football, and it's just one of those things. But let me get through some of these comments because I love to acknowledge everybody. He said, Peter said, great news, Mark. Timothy Lyons said they're always late. Claude Bishop said, hey, what's up? He said, what's up? And he's driving but listening. Gavin Anthony asked, Big G, are you a Guardians fan or a Phillies fan? He is a Phillies fan.
Well, Phil, I couldn't stand. I think the Cleveland Guardians name is one of the trashiest in baseball. Me and Tate had the debate already. They should have chosen something else. I don't like the Cleveland Guardians.
And then B Dirt said put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. He does deserve it. I ain't gonna lie. Kerry said, "What's up, Garvin? Big G knows his people." Jesse Lowe said, "Big G knows his people. He taking up for you, Big G."
Appreciate it. Yes.
Thomas said, "Of course, there were years with zero people got in."
Hey. Baseball Hall of Fame, 342. NFL Hall of Fame, 371.
Hey,
correct.
It is what it is. And baseball's been around.
And less and been around longer.
Yeah.
Definitely harder.
Timothy Lyons said put Mac and Bonds in. Not Mac, but definitely Bonds.
Agreed, Timothy.
Fair points, read for Rose and Bonds, Big G. And Pete Rose and his bookies. B Dirt is something else, man. B, I don't think
they ain't never getting in. They ain't never getting in. I mean, I don't care what nobody said.
I don't think Pete Rose's bookies is gonna get in at all. But man, look, I'm gonna give it up. Like I said, so a couple of things that I want to talk. And I wasn't gonna re-say, but I have to let y'all hear this, man, with Crime Dog, man. Check this out.
15 guys over 500. From 1999 to 2009, 10 more would join the club. 15 guys in over 100 years, 10 guys in 11 years. McGriff retired.
So I'm going to tell you something about Crime Dog. Crime Dog was he should have been, and I'll put up another stat here. Just matter of fact, let's just go ahead and listen to it.
He's 7 when he broke in until his last full season, 2002. Fred McGriff was the most productive hitter in baseball among clean players.
And if you think about it, Fred McGriff did all of what he did during the steroid era. He's the only one that don't have that stigma attached to him. And he had to get through the writers.
Rose ain't getting in. Why Bonds ain't getting in. The whole reason why I said it, he'll never get in.
I mean, all we know is Barry rubbed the cream on him. And I think
Junior was clean in that same era too, though.
I think Junior was clean too, but McGriff's numbers were actually better than Junior's. He was better than Junior's. You know what I'm saying?
But cut it out.
Nah, I'm just saying they were. It's not something that I mean, you go back and check them out.
I'm about to get it, bro. I'm about to get it.
Thank you. Get it. Please get it.
Just keep talking.
But listen, what I'm saying.
You got to put the bias up, but it's all about because it's Fred McGriff for the Atlanta Braves.
Listen,
that's why he came with video. He didn't come with video for your boy. He came with video for his boy.
Listen,
exactly. But it's stopping. But he wasn't. Fred McGriff could not touch Griffey Jr.
We all love Griffey, man. I got some Griffey shoes behind me, man. Ken Griffey Jr. smooth as bat. I mean, he was one of us, man. So it's like, yeah, I get that. But Crime Dog was a killer. You can say what you want to say. He was a killer. He finished with 400 and Sean. He finished with 493 homers. 493 homers. That was something that was really hard to do. And all of a sudden, when these bats got juiced up, everybody was hitting 500 home runs. And it's one of those things where McGriff did it. And like I said, nobody was ever able to say he did anything. He was clean while he did it. The two ahead of him have, been in the steroid controversy, which I don't really, the reason why I said baseball should let them in the hall is because they turned their face when people start doing steroids. They knew what was happening and they allowed them to do it because it brought people back to the game. Right? So therein lies that whole thing. You got to let Barry Bonds in. I think he would have did what he did without the juice. I mean, he may have rubbed some cream on him. Okay, cool. I get it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Bonds was a Hall of Famer the first half of his career in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And the reason, Timothy Lyons, the reason why I say no to Mac is because of the simple fact that he was putting the needle in his arm, man. I mean, you look at his head, man. That boy had a horse head at the end of his career, man. I mean, for real, honestly, dog. Come on, he wouldn't have been who he was. Tate just said why I think Bonds should go in because Bonds was just like that from the very beginning of his career. So that little advantage that he may have got from rubbing some cream on him only just made him that much better, and it just took him over the top.
But
so,
wait.
I mean, it is what it is.
That's bias, man. I got to give you the bias on that because this is the issue. you don't know what guys, and like you said it, your preference, you don't know what guys used steroids and what guys didn't. And you don't know when he started using steroids. So to say that he was doing well at this point, we don't know. He might have went from one performance enhanced thing to another performance enhanced thing. There's certain steroids you can take that won't swell you up. There's certain ones you can take to make you better.
You can't drug induce hand-eye coordination. Can't do that.
You can drug induce speed. You can drug induce speed. Yes, you can.
Hey, listen,
At some point, all the great players from the steroid era are going to be inducted because it's just part of baseball's the ugly truth. That's what it's what it is. Pitchers was using steroids. Roger Clemens was using steroids.
Hey,
I mean, it's just part of the ugly truth.
I even think Pedro was probably on it too, man.
He might have been.
What it is.
But see, have they put anybody from the steroid era in yet? I don't think so.
It was just 20 years ago. It ain't went long enough yet.
Yeah,
I got you.
And Griff Jr. 99.3% first ballot. 99.3%.
Yeah. I love Griffey, but for a period of time, Fred McGriff was right there. You can't say he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? He was right there. 13
All-Stars, Griff Jr., 5 All-Stars, McGriff. Come on, Mama, stop trying to put him on the same. I mean, Fred McGriff is a Hall of Famer. That's great. But don't try and put him on in the same sentence as Ken Griffey Jr.
Hey man, we all love Ken Griffey. I'm not even saying nothing bad about Griff. I'm just saying Crime Dog.
You said something bad when you said they was about on the same level.
For a while they were, Tate. For a while he was known as one of the best baseball players in the game. And what he did in the playoffs was ridiculous. If you look at his slugging percentage in the playoffs was 5 and 600. The man was cold. I mean, animal. And what he did, you should remember him the most for what he did to the Reds. He took the Reds and took them through the ringer. You should remember that. But that's fine.
I don't remember. When did he do that?
Thomas
he did that for the Cubs if he did it.
He said, take back the Pedro slander. I love it. He said, well, you just can't exclude an entire generation for how ugly it is to say, yeah, man.
I agree, Gavin. That's what I'm saying.
Griffey was a modern-day Mantle of Mays. I love it. I'll give him that. I love Griff. Yeah,
love these comments, man. These are great comments.
Yeah,
early. The live chat lit up over there, man. We appreciate that for sure.
Running through the jungle, B-Dirt said they were on the same level for 3 weeks.
Right. Back in the summer of 95, B-Dirt.
Yeah.
Hey, 95, McGriff tore it up, bro. He tore it up. And then against the Yankees, he acted a donkey. But yeah, so, I mean, honestly, congrats to Fred McGriff. Congrats to Crime Dog. Man, I appreciate who you were and what you were to the game.
Congrats to Scott Rowland.
Yeah, congrats to Scott Rowland.
See, I was going to let him get a pass, man. There you go with the bias again, dog.
He congratulated Fred McGriff and Crime Dog 2 times.
Yeah, hey,
listen, 2 different things, man.
Listen, and here we go. I want to send big prayers out to our guy Deion Sanders. You know, he had another surgery, and hope he gets better, starts feeling good. But this is how I remember Deion. Look at what is Deion doing, man? What's this dude doing?
He was signed to death row. No, for real, he was though.
I know, but look at these moves, dog. Look at these moves, Deion. Hey, man, Deion, I can't take it, man. This must be the money song, Deion. Oh, look. I mean, what? I remember seeing him do that in the end zone.
Hey, man, Rod Woodson had surgery.
Yeah,
he did. But Deion Prime, coach of the Colorado Buffs, man, we hope he gets better, man. I just wanted to send some light and love his way, man. Definitely.
Big G. You see the bias? I said Rod Woodson had surgery. He just breezed over it.
I know, man. Because
hey, look.
But listen,
Coach Prime.
I'm a Prime fan, even though I know he played for the Dallas Cowboys, but anyway, I'm a Prime fan because I think Deion Sanders, when you start talking about people that change the culture of stuff, Deion Sanders is definitely a culture changer and a culture mover. For this reason and this reason alone, DBs wasn't getting millions of dollars until Deion Sanders came to the league. And then Deion Sanders was one of the first guys that played offense, defense, and special teams. Deion Sanders was one of the highest ranked free agents in the history of all sports, let alone football. Dudes was cashing in to get Prime because they knew what he brought to the table. He's a once-in-a-generation athlete. I don't think we've ever seen a guy like Deion Sanders, ever. So, I'll give it up. And he not only did he do it in his professional, like his stuff, he changed the culture in HBCU. He's going out to Colorado to change the culture of Colorado. So Prime is a culture changer. So that's why I love him more than anything. Deion is that guy, bro. That's just me, Tate. I don't know. I don't know how other people feel about him, but that's how I feel
Wilson
about
a better football player, though.
No, now see, I'm about to hit you with the bias, dog. Tate, that's bias, dog.
No.
Tate.
I'm just gonna tell you to look at the numbers. Rod Woodson said himself on the podcast the other day with Brian McFadden, All Things Covered, and Patrick Peterson. He said me and Deion are different football players.
Yeah.
Deion was a cover guy. He said you can put me anywhere in the secondary and I could do anything. He said Deion was faster than me. He said, but I was a better tackler and probably a more physical player.
Right.
All I said is look at the numbers. Interception wise,
could Rod Woodson go to the other side of the field of the football field and get 1,000 yards of receiving? Because Prime could have done it.
They didn't let him play. They let him play
No,
offense.
I don't think he could.
He played offense at Purdue. He wanted to play offense when he came to Pittsburgh. Chuck Noll didn't let him play.
I agree, but
that's why he was an all-pro DB who ran back kicks and punts because he wanted to get the ball in his hand. And you saw what he did when he ran back kicks and punts.
Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna answer the question. I think Rod Woodson was. I think he was Deion 1B. Like he could play every position in the defensive backfield, and he was a killer. Woodson was a killer. I mean, for real. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about Deion was more flashy. That's why he caught your eye. You know what I'm saying? That's why he caught your eye. And they both could take up one side of the field and shut it down.
Yeah,
they both could do
Agreed.
that. And I give them both for that. Now, I got to answer Timothy Lyons' question because he act like that we scared or something. We say what we say with our chest. It's one thing, right, wrong, or indifferent. Now, on the KnoItAllZ, we going to say what we say, and it is what it is. You know G going to say it, and he got a sign to back it up. And Tate is like, he going to say what he going to say. So, understanding what I'm saying about Mac, I don't think Mark McGwire, I don't think he had it like Barry Bonds before that whole steroid thing happened. He got on the roids and became a monster. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a overall dog. When he got on the roids, and we know he was on the roids. Barry, his first half of his career, he was on a Hall of Fame track anyway. So you
don't know Barry was using though, bro. We don't know that.
Man. His Godfather Willie May, bro. Listen,
True.
I'm trying to tell you, he comes from a baseball. He had baseball in his genes. Guy was gonna be dope no matter what. And like I said, he had gold gloves and all that before then. You know what I'm saying? And then when he started rubbing the cream on him, okay, it was what it was. We only could prove that he rubbed cream on him. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Ma, everything you said is correct. To Tim's question, I mean, it's not even close. I mean, I'm not saying Mark McGwire don't deserve to be in there, maybe, but it's not even close when you put him in the sentence with Barry Bonds.
Agreed.
Barry Bonds won 7 NL MVPs. 7.
Agreed.
He won a couple batting titles for average.
Agreed.
And got more home runs than Mark McGwire. So
Agreed.
this is not even a comparison between those two. Not to say Mark McGwire don't deserve to be in it, Tim, because I know you're a St. Louis Cardinals fan, but it's not even a comparison with Barry Bonds. There's no need to even discuss them two together.
Agreed.
No need to do that. It's really no need to do that. Like I said, Bonds deserves it. He deserves to go in the Hall. Yeah, you say he got the rookie home run. I get it. B-Dirt say he got the rookie home run record. I get it. Okay. All right. Did he do it consistently? You know what I'm saying? He had a big bat. Okay. But Barry was getting gold gloves. Come on, man. Let's not act like Barry is just some whack dude. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't.
Barry has 180 more homers than Mark McGwire.
Correct. correct. Mark McGwire picked up steam and whatnot because of the whole steroid and the grouping, because they grouped him, Sammy Sosa, and Barry Bonds all in one group. So he does get some esteem like that. It wasn't like he was out there totally just destroying the league. No, it wasn't happening. Not until, that we knew for sure that he was doing
583 home runs is great. He got some great numbers, but he don't have Barry Bonds got some all-time great numbers.
Agreed.
All time.
Mark McGwire got Hall of Fame numbers.
Agreed.
All time.
Agreed.
He said,
Agreed.
"Stop butchering baseball. Stick to the rivers and the streams that we used to. We're chasing waterfalls, huh?" All right, B-Dirt. Okay.
He act like the know-it-alls don't know. Come on, B-Dirt.
Come on, B-Dirt, man.
He know.
Come on.
B-Dirt about to get a sign, man. I'm gonna make a sign specifically for B-Dirt. But today he gets a cap sign. He gets a cap.
Barry, I'd be a better player. Barry, I'd be a better player. 100%.
Is a better player.
I guess that's what he's trying to say. Barry's a better player, but I let these guys in. Too many people were using. Okay.
Agreed.
But baseball, that's why Tate said it was baseball's ugly secret. Baseball knew. It wasn't something that they didn't know about. They allowed it. They just turned their head and said, we need people to come back. And Sosa and McGwire start hitting dingers out of the park. And people came back to baseball, right? So, I mean, it was what it was.
I knew it was something going on when Brady Anderson for the Orioles had 50 home runs in
Come on.
It was ridiculous, man. That was ridiculous,
really?
Tate.
Like,
ridiculous.
Really? That's what we're saying? So, listen.
A scrub getting 50. A scrub. A scrub.
This is a sensitive subject we're going to get on, man. Definitely, first and foremost, let's start with this. Chubb said running backs are handcuffed. Nick Chubb, after attending running backs call, we're the only position that our production hurts us the most. And here it is. Running backs had a Zoom call, and they all were just talking about compensation and what was going on in the running back room. Now, I know this is a sensitive subject for Big G because, me and Tate have said, how this is going to hurt running backs moving forward. I've even went as deep to say that, kids who are growing up are going to be looking at and saying, I can't make no money playing running back. Let me move to wide receiver. Let me move to tight end. Let me move to defensive end where all the money is. I know you feel like that running back is going to make a comeback because of, the play action and the zone reads. But I just don't see it, man. They're putting such a value. The NFL is putting such a value on 11 personnel and having, 4 dog wide receivers on every squad that the running back and you can find value in the 5th and 6th round now. You can get, Pacheco, what was he for the Chiefs? He was a 7th round pick, man. You can find value there. So talk to me, man. What's going on here, man? Talk to me, you guys. How do y'all feel about this running back thing now, man? Where do you see it going?
Well, the fair answer is it's a business thing. It is a business deal, and I get it. I understand how businesses work. I understand that you're going to not pay for something that you think is going to lose value, right off the bat, But the issue is, and it's not, I'm not talking about being fair either when I make these statements. The issue is this is almost like a using issue, And what I mean by using issue is they're the ones that the NFL owners trickles down to the NFL coaches or the GMs, then trickles down to the NFL coaches. And they're saying, we want to win. We want to retain our job. We want to be of value, right? In the NFL, the only way you win, the only way you keep your job, and the only way you stay consistent is you have to have a running game in the NFL. And your running game can't be soft because the offensive coordinator and the head coach are getting together every week, and they're still splitting the playbook 60-40 on most good teams. It's 60% run, 40% pass on most good teams. There might be an anomaly every now and then, like the Kansas City Chiefs, like the Houston Oilers with the run and gun. But the issue is it's 60-40. So you're penalizing these guys for doing their job. And I think that's ridiculous. And that's why I got an issue with the NFL, because you can't have your cake and eat it too. And what the players need to do is get together when that collective bargaining. See, the NFL is trying to push to get this 17th game. We all know that. We've identified that. When this contract comes up, right? Well, if I'm the NFL players, oh no, bro. Oh no, we ain't doing nothing until you. There's no way in God's green earth that the running back position should be with the kicker as far as like what the franchise tag is. Come on, man. Now, there's different ways around it. You could give them a less contract and say, okay, when you come in, your rookie deal's maybe 2 years, and on that third year, you can renegotiate. You can compensate them and give them a higher scale when they come into the league. There's multiple ways to fix this. But the running back still is in my position, outside of the quarterback, is probably one of the most valuable positions in the league. Because if your running back can't run the ball and you're one-dimensional, you're going to suck. If you're going to be 3-14, you're going to be 4-13 when you can't run the ball. You're going to suck in the league. So I'm saying that when you got guys that are like Saquon Barkley's, who without, and trust me, Saquon, if you hear me out there talking, sit out for the season. Show them how much of a stupid error they made by paying Danny Dimes all that money and not giving you no money. Because Danny Dimes is going to get killed. He's going to get killed.
I totally agree, G. I totally agree, G. I had to stop you because you cooked. You cooked the whole course meal. But the gist of the matter is that I want to adjust some of these comments real quick, and then I'm going to let Tate go. And Tate need to cook because he's been sitting there. I know he's ready. The glamour positions are the quarterback and the receiver now. Afton said, I like the idea of letting them off their rookie deal early. I like that too. Nick Schreiber said no. Okay. All right. B-Dirt said, great point, G. That's a good bartering chip for the 18th game. And Gavin Anthony said running backs are a bonus. Running backs are bonus for third-year running backs. Talk to me, Tate. Tell me what you think and where you see this whole debacle leading and going, man.
Well, just off some of what G said, I agree with. Running backs franchise tag is more than kickers. Running backs franchise tag is $10 million. Kickers probably on average about $3 million. All the top kickers even get paid $5 million. Justin Tucker, Boswell for the Steelers. A couple other ones might be up around that $5 million mark. I don't think the players will stand in solidarity with each other to get the running backs paid. And Danny Dimes is making mid tier, like probably like 8 or 9 of the quarterback pay. Just so happens that's the market for quarterbacks. And so he got paid $40 million. They only gave him a 2-year deal though, because they like, well, we're gonna see what he do, but we got to pay our quarterback $40 million. That's the going rate for quarterbacks. So I don't think that, but he is much better with Saquon on the field, definitely. But Saquon is the third highest paid running back as is now because of his draft position coming out. And it's hard for teams to invest in these running backs when, I mean, really, Ty Gurley and Zeke messed it up for everybody. They got that big money. They didn't do Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell is
and Le'Veon Bell sat out a year where he could have made $14 million. So I definitely don't agree with saying Saquon should sit out because he can never get that money back. And as a running back, it's not like you sit out a year, you get better, you get older, and your value goes down even more. He can never get that $10 million back if he sits out. So he at least needs to sign his tender for the franchise tag, and then if you want to say, oh, I'm hurt, oh, my back hurt, and sit out that way, but you got to sign the deal. You can't leave that $10 million on the table as a running back. You got to get that money. I agree with you that letting them out their rookie deal earlier than other positions is a good idea. That could definitely help. Get them to their money faster, because that's it, right? You draft a running back, and then you got control of them for 4 years, and the 5th year if you want the option. And then you can franchise tag them. So if they give you everything they got for 7 years, they can only make so much money.
Yeah.
What they got from the rookie scale where they're drafted, and the 2 years you can franchise tags them is average top 5 running backs. But they never get that big deal. And then after 7 years, you just let them go.
Yeah.
So that's really not fair to running backs. But the problem is these quarterbacks are making way too much money. Like
That's
G
it.
said about Danny Dimes, even Daniel
That's it.
Jones is making $40 million.
Ridiculous, man.
And I think that's the position where they're gonna have to start putting a cap on, or literally you can't go market on quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're saying, I mean, look at your boy over there at the Vikings. He's making a ton of money.
Yeah,
Kirk
Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
And he's a scrub.
Money.
He's a scrub.
It's like I think when we look at it, and you're saying, oh, you're gonna pay me market value as a quarterback, I think that some needs to be done there, so you're not spending a ton of money on an average quarterback. Okay?
Danny Dimes wanted $45 million, but the Giants were only giving him $40 million.
Yeah, it's crazy. Thomas said it's not the position. It's not that the position isn't valued. It's that there are a lot of guys who can play the position serviceable. It's just basic supply and demand. Thomas, I like what you're saying. I definitely like what you're saying.
See, but
and they can
I don't agree with that, though.
Hold on, G. They can be serviceable, but there's only so many great. Saquon is a great run. He's not serviceable. He's a great running back. This guy is a really great running back.
He's elite, but he's been hurt for a year and a half out of his first 4 years.
He has, and I definitely have to admit that. But see, you got to think about it. This man run in the teeth of your defense, where all the big dudes are. He's gonna take the most damage out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get beat up. It's the most valuable. To me, it should be one of the most valued positions, because he, outside of the lineman, this man's getting hit the most. You know what I'm saying?
Without a doubt.
He's getting mashed the most. And having played the position, I know that the wear and tear it takes on your legs. It takes on your legs. It takes on your back. There's some mornings, dude, sometimes my back hurts so bad, and I don't even know what it was. I never really got a big injury, but I can tell you, your body takes a ton of punishment. It takes a ton of. I mean, look at Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams had to go to smoking weed to get himself out the bed in the morning. You gotta understand. It is
Ricky Williams was smoking weed before that, but okay.
It was, but that was one of the things that helped him. You know what I'm saying? Medicated. So same thing with Terrell Owens with those migraines. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, listen. The NFL is basing their stuff also on not having a good running back, based on two quarterbacks. The precedence was the Belichick way in New England with Tom Brady. Belichick has always believed everybody's interchangeable except the quarterback. Who duplicated that? The Kansas City Chiefs. They have done the same thing. They're saying Mahomes is not interchangeable. I'm going to make sure he's got his main weapon, just like Tom Brady had Gronk, he's got Kelsey. Everybody else is interchangeable. But NFL teams can't you're not going to sustain like that. Yeah, you're chasing them and you're trying to beat them to win the chip, but you're not going to beat them without having excellence at every position. You're not going to beat them, right? I wish, and Tate, me and you was watching this Super Bowl together. Never forget when me and you was watching the New England Patriots versus Seattle. And like Seattle was driving, beast mode was killing them. And all of a sudden, they called that jacked up play, an inside pass, tipped interception. And I'm like, he drove them all the way down the field because beast mode
give him
the ball on the floor.
Beast mode even said it. Everybody in the huddle was looking confused. They were like, why you didn't give him the ball?
Yes.
Timothy Lyons says Cousins was making that money before his running back is crap. Yeah, absolutely. And Thomas said it's the same reason a shortstop who hits 270 is more valuable than a first baseman who hits 300. Love that analogy.
Exactly.
How much of this is because guys are already trying to play other positions, and this will improve the league, leans more on the run? I don't know.
We just had two picked in the first round, so we're going to see.
Yeah, O said, what's up, nephew? Thank you for coming, man. First time seeing you in the chat. Hey, man, he said, worst play call of all time. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know what. Pete had some good over there on the sideline. I don't know what he was doing, man. I mean, anybody in the crowd could
Beast
tell.
Mode, he didn't want Beast Mode to be the MVP because he was there to be the MVP. He was trying to cook for Russ and put Russ in the pedigree with Tom Brady. This is before Patty Mahomes. So come on, man. That's that biased mess too, man. That you ride him all the way, but you don't want him to be the guy. Get out of here.
Hey, Big G. Look how fast Dallas got off Zeke and went to Tony Pollard. I feel like if Najee Harris gets hurt, Jalen Warren come in and do just fine. I mean, Kyle Shanahan, he make all this running backs beats. He got Christian McCaffrey now. They made that trade. They go on elite, but whether he put the what's the guy behind Christian McCaffrey? Got hurt last year. Was the starter before McCaffrey came.
I just know Deebo Samuel filled in a lot at running back there.
No, but dude was a sixth-round pick from South Carolina. Elijah Mitchell. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, they do just fine with him. I mean, look at the teams. And we talk about the second team running back. You expect to do just as good as the first team running back. That's why Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook, these guys are sitting without jobs right now because teams don't want to pay them the money that they think they're worth.
Your boy Jacobs as the Raiders is in trouble. There's King Henry's in trouble. I mean, it's a lot of them.
King Henry got his money.
Yeah, but there's a lot of. I think because of running back 7 years in the league, that's where you're really trending to be out. I don't know. Letting them out of their rookie deal would probably be the only way you could make that position make sense, if you know what I mean, to where they can make some money and actually be on the team where they're utilized.
If you made the rule to pay them based off production, then owners will be telling coaches only give them so many carries. They'll stop it that way too.
That's exactly my point, Tate. You can't have your cake and eat it too. And that's what I've been saying all along. They want to win. They want to put a good product out on the field. In order to do that, it's 60-40. You got to give the guy who's running this to get your wins, to solidify your wins. You got to pay him. He can't be kickers and the next guy up is running backs. No, it can't be that way. It just can't. And that's why I said that's where the players need to push back and fight. It just can't go that way, bro.
But who's going to push back for the running back?
Quarterbacks getting their money, DBs getting their money, receivers getting their money, linemen getting their money. Who's going to push back?
Who's going to push back?
That's why they're on a Zoom call by themselves.
You're wrong for saying that, but you're right. You're absolutely right. You're definitely right. I mean, I hate it. I hated you guys. I hate it for real because, for the longest, when you think of football, you think of running backs. You think of the Tony Dorsett. You think of the Emmitt Smith. You think of the
you think of Tony Dorsett, Emmitt Smith. We can't think of Franco Harris, Jerome Bettis.
Yeah, I'm getting to it, man. I can't. You see what I'm saying? I can't make a football comment without. And if I say a Cowboy's name, I'm wrong. I don't understand how y'all so touchy about Cowboys. I don't get it.
It's just your bias. It's not the Cowboys. It's your bias.
Barry Sanders, Franco Harris. I mean, you start thinking about these running backs. You think of, like I said, you think of Sweetness. You think of running back. Adrian Peterson. You think of running backs. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for years, the
Edwin James.
How they put butts in the seats was running backs.
Yeah.
For years, and remember, us three, we grew up in the era where jerseys was jerseys. Youngsters don't rock jerseys like how they used to, like how we used to, right? You didn't get no scrub jersey. You got a running back. Muggs was rocking Walter Payton. They was rocking Jim Brown. They was rocking Earl Campbell. They was rocking Franco Harris. They was rocking Barry Sanders. They wasn't going for no Danny Dimes. Get up out of here, bro. I'm going to get a Daniel Jones jersey. Come on, man. You got the guy who was the guy on the squad. And it's still like that. It's still, dudes, if jerseys come back around, Muggs is going to rock the guy who's going in the end zone going like this. Now, will that be a wide receiver a lot now? Because, I done looked at some other stuff. And for all y'all that's out there, when we get to the fantasy show, whatever you do, don't listen to what these folks on ESPN is talking about because you will lose. You will lose your fantasy draft. Wide receivers are valuable. I'm not saying that they aren't, but I'm saying that running backs, especially a running back that can catch the ball out the backfield. They're just as valuable. And I've been saying all along, and I'm going to keep saying, the NFL can only use what the college gives them. They can only use that, right? The college is continuing to push RPO quarterbacks to the NFL. If you don't have a guy standing beside him, your quarterback is going to get killed. He's going to get, because they don't respect the fact that you can pull that sucker. And if you go with the quarterback who's fast and the running back, he might get 3 yards, might get 4 yards. You want a running back that can take it to the house.
So hold on. Thomas, why are you saying wrong? I want to know what it is that you're saying is wrong. I need to hear that. I want to see that. Afton just said, I still love Emmitt Smith. I think we all do. Quarterback salary has been inflated, probably justified. That the only way to justify $20 million a year to a running back is if your quarterback is still on his rookie deal. Absolutely, B-Dirt.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
And your quarterback needs to be a dog. Not just because he's on a rookie deal. That, like I said, that Danny Dimes crap. Now, I can see paying Joe Burrow. I get it. I can see paying Justin Herbert. I can see playing Joe Burrow. I can even see playing like Jalen Hurts. I can
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. I can see if Pickett Cooks, I can see paying him.
Danny Dimes is not getting their money. Danny Dimes got middle of the road quarterback money. That's what the quarterback is getting makes Danny Dimes fall at $40 million, because that's what they're getting. That getting $45 million. I mean, Joe Burrow gonna probably get close to 60.
My point on this whole thing is if you don't cap it, you're not gonna be able to keep anybody on your team. You're not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I understand the risk in football. I understand that, it's a player's market and the owners are making a ton of money. They're backing up the Brinks trucks. I get it. But we're going to have to figure it out. We're going to have to figure this out, because I think the running back position being underpaid is a factor. I think it's going to hurt the game.
If you find your guy at quarterback, it's best to get in and pay him early. Your boy Jerry Jones was playing around. He could have got Dak at $30 million if he went in 2 years earlier, but he didn't. Now he's making 45. Not that he deserved more than Danny Dimes.
You're absolutely right.
Factual
on that. He could have paid him and he waited till the last minute. That's Jerry's fault.
Right.
It is what it is. And Afton said we want these guys to destroy themselves over a shorter career for less money. It ain't cool. And you're absolutely right. I don't think that, and especially at running back. At running back, you're really gonna do yourself, man. I mean, you're really gonna do yourself. It's just now that they're getting this better equipment that running backs aren't getting the type of punishment that they used to endure, man. I mean, but again, we could keep going on this subject. Go ahead, one more time.
Jesse Lowe said, so what about the Justin Fields, right? Well, the issue is Justin Fields had David Montgomery that was really good at Iowa State playing beside him for the last couple of years and took all those inside zone read cracks, i.e. why he ain't there no more, and they moved on to another dude. Because they're going to keep a guy.
David Montgomery went to Detroit, though. He getting paid. I mean, a little bit. He got another team.
And Detroit also drafted a first-round running back, too. They also drafted.
They got off a first-round running back, DeAndre Swift.
Correct.
Thomas, in his clarification, said a decent running back is like a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. Really cool, but not worth much money because there's so many of them.
Okay.
I would say there's so many comparable running backs, but there ain't a whole bunch of Saquons. There's not. There's not a whole bunch of Saquons.
Question to the live chat. Name the top 5 running backs in college football next year. Name them. Outside of Corm and Michigan and Edwards. Outside of them two, give me 5 more.
They're not going to name them because they don't matter. They can name the quarterbacks.
Yeah, but and my point is that there are elite running backs that come out, but not too often, right? There are running backs that come out that can do a good job, a serviceable job, right? And I agree with Thomas in that aspect, but there are not great running backs. You don't see elite running backs coming out every year. You don't see Bijan Robinsons coming out every year. You don't see it. You don't. It's not. It's
Jamar Gibbs wasn't elite, and he was a top 15 pick.
Again, I'm saying you're gonna see. You're gonna see that there are not a whole bunch of elite running backs that are coming out, and those elites need to be paid like they're elites. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real, they need to be paid like they're elite. But you know, Todd Gurley, shout out Kinfolk, we love you, Gurley.
Damn,
we represent.
Yeah.
He got hurt, and he was never the same again. And then you know, Le'Veon Bell set out, got all that money set out. Zeke got all that money and stunk it up the next year. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, when y'all are getting this amount of money, y'all got to think of the people behind you. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about the people who going to get money and contracts up next, and you got to still produce, man. You can't just get the money and then, you know, go to Sizzler and Denny's and, you know, come to practice in a white beater with chicken grease on you. You got to do something different, man. You got to do something different. You have to really keep it up. And it's not just for you, but for the people behind you. It just is what it is, man. It is what it is. Switching gears, man. Again, we got NFL training camp. We got NFL training camp starting in 3 days, man. Woo, I'm excited, bro. I am excited. Yeah. I am excited, bro. Like, honestly, I'm so hype about football starting back. I can't take it, man. I just can't take it. Let's start, man, across the league. Like, who are you most interested to see get in playing camp and their prospective team outside of, you know, the terrible talent of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Who are you excited about seeing in camp, G?
The Seattle Seahawks. I think the Seattle Seahawks is going to be a rough team, man. They're going to be a hard out. And I think they're definitely going to challenge the San Francisco 49ers for the division this year. I think with the addition of Jackson Smith and Juka in the slot, with DK Metcalf, with Lockett, with Kenny Walker playing tailback, and with a serviceable quarterback, Geno Smith, and an offensive line and a young Legion of Boom Part 2, I think that Seattle is going to shake some heads and shake some noise this year because the NFC is weaker than the AFC, without a doubt. It is what it is. And so I think that in the NFC, they could definitely plant their flag and say, hey, look, we're back with the 12th man. So outside of my beloved Pittsburgh Steelers, the team I'm looking forward to the most is Seattle.
Jesse Lowe, what is your question? I didn't see a question here. If I'd saw a question, I definitely would have put it up. Send your question. Run that back. Tate, who are you excited to see outside of your beloved Steelers, as Big G put it? Who are you excited to see get on the field in camp this year?
They're not my beloved Steelers. I'm a Steeler fan. That's Big G thing. My grandmother beloved. My mama beloved. The Steelers not beloved. That's my squad though. But man, come on, man. You know I don't stray too far from the tree, man. Same thing as last year, man. Over everybody. You know who it is.
The D over everybody, huh?
D over everybody. I'm excited to see them in year 2. Jared Goff was a Pro Bowler last year. Good quarterback. They got a full season with Jameson Williams. They switched up their running back room, but they drafted
Gibbs.
They drafted Gibbs on defense. They drafted the boy from Iowa.
Oh yeah. Campbell.
Yeah. On defense, they picked up a couple good corners. One from the Steelers. They're gonna play a little more defense this year. I'm looking forward to watching Detroit this year, man. I mean, I think, like Big G said, the NFC is weaker than the AFC. Now, actually, if we talk about the NFC North, both my teams in NFC North, Detroit and Chicago. I think Chicago will come make some more noise than y'all think too.
Yeah, so if you ask me who I want to see, I want to see what Old Man River look like, man. I definitely want to see what the
Phillip Rivers is back.
Huh?
Phillip Rivers is back?
No, I'm talking about Old Man River down there at the Jets. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers, the old guy. I want to see if Aaron Rodgers still got enough juice, or was last year indicative of him falling off? I mean, was last year a year where he was losing it? Because everybody ain't Tom Brady. You need to understand, everybody's not Tom Brady. They're just not. you know. So I need to see if he's lost it or is he good enough to actually help that defense take another step to be a good football team, a really good football team, a playoff-worthy football team, a championship contender. I want to see if he still got it, man.
Garrett Wilson is a problem,
Oh, absolutely.
Garrett Wilson is a problem. Y'all better.
Garrett's been a problem.
Garrett Wilson is a big problem. He's a big problem.
Yeah, Garrett's been a problem since he was a puppy here in Texas, brother. I mean, he's been a problem. He was one of them pitches that you put out and you had to go on and put Beware the Dog on the sign.
Where Garrett Wilson play his college ball at?
Yeah.
Where he was born at, Big G? Where he was born at?
In Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, all right. Stop trying to claim our dudes, man.
No, first of all, I just want you to understand, he made his mark here at Lake Travis High School in Texas. You
That's where his daddy moved him to when he had to go to school there.
Hey, man, and he went to school and showed out from a freshman all the way to a senior. Showed his natural black. I mean, he had them Prince jeans on. He just turned around and showed his cheeks to everybody, man. It just was what it was.
Whoa, bro.
I seen the boy act a dunk. You know, it's a Garrett Wilson story.
PG show, Big G.
It's a Garrett Wilson. Look, check this out. It's a Garrett Wilson story that I'll never forget. The boy played on the team with what's my guy? Houston Rockets, tall center. Oh man, what he played with Olajuwon, Otis Thorpe. So Otis Thorpe's son and Garrett Wilson was on the same basketball team, right? And we were playing. I had my homeboy Malaja. Shout out to Malaja. He played with my son. He's still one of my son's best friends. Malaja's about 6'3", 6'4". Garrett Wilson's coming down the court. I promise. The boy took off from the dotted line and put the boy in the rim. Barely missed the dunk. Put the boy in the rim. I mean, this is high school junior Garrett Wilson. It's just ridiculous, man. He was a freakish athlete, man. And when you see those type of people, you're just like, man, I can't believe it. So I knew he was gonna be that thing coming out of Texas, man, for real.
And them live comments, that live chatter over there is lit up, man. There's a lot of stuff going on over there, man. Yeah,
I'm getting to it now. Thomas said he didn't lose it. He lost Devontae Adams. Okay, well let's see. He got a Garrett Wilson now. He have a complement of receivers over there, man, who can get it done. Let's see what he do. Let's see what he does. And he also got some of his guys in there who are old as dirt. But we finna see what he do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm interested to see what he does in training camp.
Jeff got the toughest schedule the first 5 games of the year. They could be 1-4 quick.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Really.
That one win might only be against Dallas.
I don't even know about that. Also interested to see what the Dolphins do is what Afton said. Jesse Lowe said, ha, claim. He said, Tate is funny. And B-Dirt said, good call on the Dolphins, Afton. I don't know the Dolphins. So, okay, do the Dolphins have a top 10 defense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right,
they
so
they got Jalen Ramsey and who the other quarterback?
Xavier Howard.
Xavier Howard.
Howard.
Right there is press man-to-man shutdown. Maybe the best corner combo in the NFL. And they got Chubb. They got traded from the Denver last year. Mm-hmm. And they got the big D tackle up front from Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
They nice.
So the question is, what they're gonna do at quarterback?
That's the whole question. If Tua is able to stay healthy, they are going to be hard to beat because they have definitely 11 personnel. They definitely can, like I said, 11 personnel throw the ball all over the field, and they definitely can run when they need to run. But is Tua going to stay healthy? You know, and they play a gauntlet of a schedule too, y'all. So that AFC East plays a hard schedule, just period. They play a gauntlet. So, you know, we'll see. But the issue is Tua. If Tua's average, middle of the pack guy, that's where they're going to be. But if Tua balls out, they're going to excel. That's just bottom line for Miami.
Do they have a running game, G?
Yeah, what y'all all been talking about all along, about the interchangeable pieces at running back. They have the old San Francisco 49ers running back that torched the league one year for like 12 or 1,300 yards. He's starting tailback for them. So he's going to get his. You know, they run the ball. It's 60-40, but the issue is, can Tua stay healthy? You know, and really, you got two guys to put the fear of God in you, and Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. So that makes your safeties automatically drop.
They running back is fast. They got the dude from
the
San
49ers.
Francisco, like you said. I forgot his name. Can't remember these names, man. They got the dude that came from the Arizona Cardinals last year.
Yep. I'm looking them up now, y'all.
Chase somebody. And so they running backs is a track meet. Their receivers is a track meet. It's all about keeping Tua upright and healthy.
Agreed.
Yeah, hopefully he won't go back into concussion protocol. B-Dirt with the jokes.
He ain't joking. He for real about that.
You know, the thing that I'm going to do is sit back and watch your Bengals. That's what I'm going to sit back and watch.
Because you think the Bengals going to fall off too.
I know they're going to fall off. That division is way better. And, I mean, y'all defense took a step back, B-Dirt. And y'all have, hey, man, I just seen these two together, and they look good. Odell and my guy.
Zay Flowers?
No, I'm talking about the quarterback.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, he back. And you got Zay Flowers. You got the other wide receiver over there who was a dog. You got his favorite target over there at tight end. Bruh, what y'all gonna do? And Pittsburgh is better. What y'all gonna do? Deshaun is back playing from the beginning. What y'all gonna do? So I mean, crack your jokes, but be ready to cry in your beer for your squad. That's what you need.
Hey, so I'm willing to put it out there to see if I can get it cracking between Mod and B-Dirt. Quarter time bet between you two, 10 minutes, or whose team finishes with a better record?
I know who's gonna finish with. We're gonna have a better record.
B-Dirt, you gonna bet him?
I know who's gonna have a better record. We're gonna have a better record, and I'm saying that with my chest because honestly,
you're betting quarter time.
Oh, I bet him quarter time. That's easy. I bet him quarter time for that because honestly, like I said, you got teams in your division that got better, bro. And then y'all lost y'all third down running back. So regardless of what y'all say, he helped y'all out of a whole bunch of situations. You know what I'm saying?
Samaj Karan.
Yeah, Samaj helped y'all out of a lot of situations. So, and y'all lost on defense. Y'all lost on some on the offensive line. And people got better in their squad. Here you go. It's a terrible bet for him. Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, listen, if you're going to talk your talk, you better walk your walk. That's what I'm talking about. I say it with my chest.
All right, I'll revise it. Who gets further in the playoffs?
I don't even need to revise it, man. He didn't want to bet that. I don't want to bet that because I don't want to hear the NFC is terrible. Okay. Yeah, all right. You still going to line up and play who you play. Still going to line up and play who you play. But my thing is like I said, y'all have been saying this whole time, and I definitely understand what y'all been saying. I believe it. Y'all play in one of the toughest divisions, if not the toughest division in football. It's a toss-up, bro. Y'all I don't know who's going to come out. It's going to be a dogfight. Y'all are going to beat each other up so bad. It's just not even funny. I mean, it's not. The Ravens are not going to lay down, and the Browns are not going to lay down. The Browns are, if they're not a top 10 defense, they're top 11, 12. You know what I'm saying? You're not just finna line up and score against the Browns.
Yeah.
You're not
that's their first game too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, man, it is what it is. Y'all have had a blessed run. You had a good 2 years.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap in Cincinnati.
So that's a hot take right there.
Yeah, that sure is. That's
you had a great.
That's burning up
because the guys that get paid to make these picks and stuff like that got Cincinnati, the second team in the AFC behind Kansas City. And Ma's saying they falling off.
Division. Yeah, they ain't gonna win the division. That's what he's saying.
So let me ask y'all a question. Who's y'all team that's I've got two teams that I think is gonna take a step back in this year, in my mind. There are two teams that are gonna take a step back. And Cincinnati's my one on the AFC. Who y'all got in the AFC?
I think Buffalo gonna take a step back. That don't mean they won't be in the playoff, but they're gonna take a step back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My two teams are the Buffalo Bills and the Dallas Cowboys. That's the two teams that's gonna take a step back. To me.
Well, Dallas was 12-5 last year. 13.
Yep, they're not gonna go 12-5 or 13-4. Now they still might make the playoffs, but they're not gonna be the same team. They got to solve that running back room. Because Pollard can't take him 16, 17 weeks.
I don't think he can either.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing I think we really need to adjust. I just want y'all to say I want to plug Running Through the Jungle. Mm-hmm. Running Through the Jungle, I got to plug them. And Cowboys Global Cast, got to plug them. We've been doing great numbers. B-Dirt's been doing great work, man. And he also shares my same view on the NFC. The Eagles take a step back. Eagles take a step back this year. So I think it's the Eagles and the Bengals. And get this, I'm gonna tell you something. The Bengals are a good team. They're true. A really good team.
Very true.
The thing of it is you cannot expect Lamar Jackson to not have a balls out year this year. You can't expect that.
I have no faith in Lamar Jackson.
I have all faith in Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson will not play more than 13 games again.
Okay.
I have no faith in
believe out of you, bro.
Until he proves it, I don't believe in Lamar Jackson as a passer. He can play all 17 games. I don't believe him as a passer yet.
He got weapons, bro.
He got weapons.
He got weapons now. He got weapons. Mm-hmm. He got weapons. And then I'm finna say what I'm finna say, and I'm gonna say it, and I mean it. Tomlin is known for winning. I mean, this boy is like MacGyver of winning, man. Like he will put stuff together with barbed wire and telephone wire and just just win in spite of all of his circumstances. He got a solid team. So he's gonna be better this year.
Yeah, for sure.
He's gonna be better.
Yeah.
The Browns got Deshaun from the start of the year.
So I'm more scared. I'm more scared of Deshaun than I am Lamar. Deshaun is a problem. Deshaun Watson is a problem, man. I mean, I'm telling you.
Deshaun got the start of the year with Amari Cooper. You know what I'm saying? Got weapons, bro. Like they're gonna be better.
Mm-hmm. And got a really, really, really good offensive line. Really, really good offensive line. Not no like top 5 in the NFL offensive line.
So when I say what I say, I'm saying that. And the reason why I'm saying the Eagles is the Eagles have one of the hardest schedules in the NFL. They got a gauntlet to run, and so and they lost some offensive. They lost an offensive coach. I just don't know. I don't see them surviving all of that at the same time. So, getting ready, man. We're gonna go ahead and get to our parting shots, man. Talk to me, man. What you got for me on the parting shots? Talk to me, Tate. You first up.
Man, I want to I'm so bad at the parting shots, but I'm never thinking nothing, man.
Come on, Tate. Come on, man. We got you, bro. Come on.
All right, man. Let's just give it up to Cincinnati Reds. They won. They won 12 straight. I came back at the All-Star break, lost 6 in a row. They currently on a 5-game winning streak. This is their 5th at least 5-game winning streak this year. Most they've had since 2013. So I'm liking that. And when Hunter Green, Nick Lodolo get back at pitching for the pitching staff, the top of the rotation, I think they're gonna make some noise, man. I'm looking for them to be playing in the playoffs this year. I really am. I'm looking forward to it. And shout out to all the folks in the live chat. That's what my party shot is about. Thank y'all for joining us every week, man. We love your input, your questions, your engagement. It's really, really important. It really makes this fun. Spending Sunday at 6 to 7 o'clock hour with y'all. And check out me and Big G on the Steel Curtain Network. Wednesday nights at 8:30 with the homie Shannon White on the Pump Your Brakes podcast. And Fridays with the homie Running Through the Jungle, B-Dirt, and Pay. Pay don't never been in live chat, man. When I see Pay, I'm putting hands on him, man. y'all put it out in the street for me. Pay, when Tate see you, he putting hands on you.
That is hilarious, Tate, man. Hilarious. Hey, man, so check this out, man. My parting shot this week, man, is now how we're excited as a team or as a crew. The know-it-alls about professional football, but man, I love college football, man. If I have a number one thing that I like and I watch and I rock, it's college football. And guess what? College football is closer to starting than the NFL is closer to starting. They start almost 2 weeks before. So there's been a lot of questions out there, and I'm gonna do a little tape probably about this issue. The college football people are saying that Marvin Harrison Jr. and Emeka Egbuka are the top tandem of wide receivers they've seen in college football in 20 years. That's saying a whole lot because Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson was together, because Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson was together. So that's saying a whole lot if you're going to put that in your mouth about who's the guy and who's the tandem. So I'm going to run a little list probably together and talk about best tandems, best wide receiver rooms, best wide receiver cores, because they also said in 2021, Ohio State had the best wide receiver room in the history of college football. But there's some bias with that as well. But I'm excited about the college football season starting. I can't wait till we do the college football show and we'll really talk about the rankings and where they at, because I've done film study out the wazoo.
Oh, he has.
Watching it, and
oh
man,
my
I'm
God.
telling you, I got clips ready to go.
Oh my God!
And
all of the chats that he got. Oh my God! Like
Yeah,
every day
yeah,
we get. If y'all were in our text thread, you'd understand why I'm saying, oh my God.
Hey man, I'm ready. I'm leveling up, bro. It's time to level up. So when I talk that yak this year about the college football, I'm gonna have clips and everything ready to go to show you how I know that these guys are really going to be good. I've already identified a couple sleeper teams. I've already pretty much identified my final four, but I might do one change because I watched some more film the other day and they just made me a believer. But you can check that out when we do our college football
can I ask
show.
you a question about college football real quick?
Sure, bro.
The favorite in the Pac-12.
Right now today, the Washington Huskies. Right now today.
And they got the easiest schedule too. So
I was going to ask you about Oregon though.
Oregon is serviceable. They can get hot, but I don't think they can go to USC and to Oregon and win. I don't think they can do both.
They are Oregon to Washington, you mean?
Yeah.
Some good quarterbacks up there. Caleb Williams, Penix, Bo Nix.
Yeah. The kid from Clemson that transferred, he's at Oregon State. They got some hitters out there, man.
Shador?
Yeah, Shador's Colorado. Colorado's not going to be no scrubs. I mean, they're not going to be banging. They'll win 6 or 7 games, but they're not just going to be a cakewalk. You're not going to be able to give it to them, you know?
Yeah, so I have to address a comment here. B-Dirt, I love you, man. I love B-Dirt. We talk back and forth. It's all banter. He's really good at what he does. He's knowledgeable, has some really good information. And he said he enjoyed it. And he said the Cowboys are going to win the division, and all Maud saw was excuses. No, I just had to get you, man, because you jumped out there with your jokes. You know what I'm saying? I had to go on and get you. But, you know, of course.
Philly still win that division, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I run this show with some haters. You know, I run the show with two other haters help me run this show. And it just, I know what it is. Tater's a lesser hater than the one in the red hat. He wears the red hat because he's the biggest hater. I just have
not a hater.
Yeah, he's the biggest hater. He's the biggest hater of all.
Not a hater.
My parting shots, man. And first and foremost, I'd like to thank all of you for your support. You know, again, I'm going to put, you know, links to the t-shirts back out there, links to the hats back out there. We need you guys, you know, to help us grow the channel. We're definitely hit the like button right now while we're still on. Make sure you hit the like button. All of y'all that's here, hit the like button. Share. I've seen some shares on here already. Timothy Lyons, I saw him share on Facebook. Thank you. We really appreciate it. We don't take that for granted at all. We don't take you guys' support in the chat and asking the questions and blowing us up and making us laugh. Jesse Lowe, I'm sorry if I miss your questions. You know, it ain't on charge that to my head, not my heart. You know, I ain't on purpose. Cause you know, most of the time I spend arguing and wrestling with G.
Hey Jesse, it's easier, man, if you watch on YouTube and not Facebook, because we definitely see all the YouTube comments. Somebody got to go to Facebook and look for the comments. So if you switch from watching on Facebook to watching on YouTube, then that probably wouldn't be an issue even. But yeah, that's my guy, class 91 LSH.
And you know, the other thing about Facebook, if you comment where we see them at, if you comment on the KnoItAllZ page. You comment on the KnoItAllZ page, it will come through here on our chat to where we'll see it on StreamYard, and I'll be able to kind of address it, and you know, we get to it. But like I said, thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for rocking with us. And you know, all of you said you were gonna get a t-shirt. I'm holding y'all to it. No, I am. Definitely contact myself or contact G, contact Tate on the Facebooks. If we're not friends, make sure that you jump on our Facebooks and our social media. We put that out there for you guys so that you can do it. But I want to talk to you, man, and tell you, you know, I keep hearing these statements, fake love, and you know, I hear people use the word love all the time. And I don't think we hear love, but we don't know what it does. We don't even know what it is. And love isn't an emotion. It's a choice. Love gives at the expense of itself. Lust takes at the expense of somebody else. And when you hear the statement of perfect love cast out fear, the reason why perfect love will cast out fear is because perfect love will believe. Love believes. It's one of those things where it will take and believe in something, and it will stand for something, right? Love is seeing the worst in people, but loving regardless. And by making that choice, you make that choice to love. Make a choice to love somebody today. And love is not one of them things where, you know, you put it down and you pick it up. You know what I'm saying? The reason why we do that is because when we first got the word, we used it for stuff like, I love pizza, I love Kool-Aid, I love my shoes, I love strawberries. But we never really got it in its realest context, in its realest form. And love is unconditional, and it truly is a choice. And you have to make a choice to first do this one thing. You got to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't love yourself, it's impossible to love somebody else. It's just like when you get on an airplane, they say, hey, if something happens, put this mask on yourself first and then try to help somebody else. That's how love is. You got to love you first so that you can learn how to love somebody else. Even if you want to go to the Bible, Jesus said, hey, man, love your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Well, if I don't love me, I can't love my neighbor. I can't love the person around me. So love the skin you in. Find something about yourself that you totally dig. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can tell me anything about who I am and about what I am. I'm a handsome fella. You know what I'm saying? I'm me. You know, I love the skin that I'm in. And therefore, I'm able to love G. Even when he hating, I can love G past the hate. You know what I'm saying?
G ain't hating. Ma just love Dak Prescott too much.
I can love Tate when he's raging, when he's doing the George Costanzas. You know what I'm saying? I can just love him through it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I tell everybody.
What's a George Costanza for me?
Well, you just rant. You just bust out in a rant with no reason. Hey, Mott, I don't understand why you did it. And I'm like, Tate, why you raging, bro? Like, let's talk to me. You know what I'm saying? But that's Tate. And I know it's Tate. So I understand it. I get it. I move past it. But make the choice to love somebody today. Make the choice to love yourself first, though. Make the choice to love you first. Find something about yourself that you absolutely dig. And I'm not talking about it in a narcissistic kind of way, but I'm talking about in a way that heals you, in a way that makes you feel good about yourself, in a way in which you can feel good about other people. Do that for me, and I'm telling you, your life will take a turn for the better, and you'll have people in your corner because you're able to love yourself and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Man, we like to thank you guys again for rocking with us, man. Make sure that you like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you will definitely be there to get those announcements, man. And, you know, I'm going to tell you something. I had to do this for my brother. Hey, man, it was good to see my G out there working in Atlanta, man. My G was out there getting it in Atlanta, man. He had the boys out there throwing the ball around. They were getting it in. It was good to see that, man. That's called work.
You just put that up. And you love to see Dak with his shirt off.
I put that up. I put that up because both of y'all are haters, and I love y'all.
Let's have a subscribe challenge, man. I think last I looked, we did like 365.
Yeah.
When we get to 500, we want y'all to tell folks, please, if you haven't subscribe. I'm gonna pay somebody a drawing. I'm gonna pay somebody $50 when we get to 500.
We get to 500.
Big G and Mike had their own and get and bless somebody else so we can give one or two or more winners. But I'm giving somebody $50. That's only 135 away. Should take about 2-3 weeks at most. So let's get it.
I like it. Guess what? I'll meet that. I'll put up another 50, so it get 100 at that 5. And when we get to those subscribers, we'll give y'all $100. That 500 subscriber. You want to do that, or we want to put the 500 names in and pick one?
No, pick one. Pick one for 50, one for 50 from you. So then we got more winners.
All right, bet. So we'll pick $50. One person, 2 people are gonna win $50, and we're gonna do it out of the whole 500. So we'll put 500 names in the hat, shake it up, bam, pull one name. Cool. That work?
How do we know the names?
The names are there. I mean, I could get them from a YouTube.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do that.
Or if not, well, I tell you what, because if we don't go from the 500 subscriber, right? You know what I'm saying? And the person comments, we wouldn't know. I guess we could do it off comments. Y'all want to do it
gotta
off
be
comments?
whoever in the live chat, like after we get to 500.
Okay, cool. Bet. Let's do it like that. The person in the live chat. When we get to 500, we're gonna pick random winners. Cool. All right, that's cool. All right, everybody in the chat, y'all cool with that? Let us know. Throw a thumbs up if y'all cool with that. Before we get off, we'll know. Before we get off,
just make sure you understand that right there. Dak is trash, dog.
You got flies going around a trash can.
well,
Dak Prescott.
It's like I said. G's
hey, Big G do be hating, man. I don't hate on Dak. I don't hate on the Cowboys. I just think Philly gonna win the division again. That ain't hating. I don't think the Steelers going their division. I wouldn't pick them. They can. Dallas can. But I got to pick Philly and Jalen Hurts because he's a better quarterback.
Got it. And for myself, and for G, and for Tate, and the look on G's face, we out of here, y'all. Peace.